everybody. I wanted to start off by playing maybe the intro. I really like the introductions to videos. So I'm going to play this video right here, just the intro.
I have to take the line y equaling x, which is this line right here, and then I would have to do some sort of a... Can you all believe it? It is November.
Thanks, Brian, for letting me show your video. But there's a lot of things that happened in that video. There's the text that shows where it says inverse trig functions. There's the actual video that is sort of being zoomed and moved and stuff like that. But I'm gonna show you some basic stuff on how to edit a video. Well, first of all, I wanted to tell you guys that we have a very good resource. Let's just put Premiere Pro. That's the name of the editing software that we actually get for free. It's actually free and it's $84.99 a month. When I first wanted to make a video, I was looking on my iPad and I was trying to cut the video and I didn't have as much power. You know, I couldn't cut exactly. It's like, it doesn't really cut how it was slow. Well, Premiere Pro is more, it's not slow. It gives you all the functionality that you want. So Premiere Pro is pretty nice. So I just wanted to say, if you guys, I think if you just type in Premiere Pro and you go to sign in, you can download it to your computer for free, as long as you just sign in with your SMC credentials. I hope. So try that if you guys want to get this for free, right? So it's a great resource. And now I'll go into showing you how to edit the video. As you see down here on my icon on my screen, I don't know if, can you guys see it? It says PR, Premiere Pro. If I click that, I have 3 monitors, FYI. So it's gonna be, when you're editing a video, if you have multiple monitors, that's a great thing. Makes everything easier. But I'm only showing you 1 monitor right now. I'm not, actually, there's probably a way to show 3 monitors nowadays on Zoom, but I'll just focus on 1 monitor. I'm showing you 1 monitor right now. So when you click Premiere Pro, this is what happens. You can do new projects, click new projects, and then this screen comes up over here. Let me go to all videos, fall 2022. I'm going to press OK. I think I already had a video, but let me call this how to cut a video. I just want to show you some really basic stuff, how to cut a video. Should I overwrite it? Yeah, I'll overwrite it. Kind of starting from scratch on how to, you need to get your video and bring it in, right? So this is the main screen for what we're going to be doing. Let me move this out of the way. I don't know if it's blocking you. Okay, so you see this green area right here. I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to grab a video, maybe this one, video to edit. So I click to this green screen, and let me actually go to window, and I'm going to go to program monitor and timeline. These 2 things are sort of what I need in order to edit a video. So I'm going to press program monitor, and this is going to come up. A window will come up. It's a little bit confusing sometimes when you're editing a video, and sometimes if you close this, when you reopen it, it won't be there. And you're like, what the heck? How do I edit a video? So window right here, this thing window, it sort of allows you to open things up that you need. So window is an important thing to go to. So when I hit timeline, this thing comes up, and those are the 2 things that I think that I use, that those are the only 2 things, that basic things that I need in order to edit a video. So remember, window, timeline, and program monitor. You need those 2 things. Program monitor is where your video goes, and then timeline is where you're going to drag your video in to start editing it. So I'm going back over here, and I have this video over here on the left. I'm going to click it and then pull it over here. You see the plus sign? That means it's ready to be dropped in so that I can edit it. So when I let go of the button, this thing shows up over here, and now it's in. So I can start editing it. It's in. It's ready for me to edit. So, you know, that's your first thing. You need to get your video. You need to bring it into the program so that you can start editing it. And then now you see over here, there's the video. And then over here, this is the timeline. This is where I'm going to be cutting. And then this is just what is going to show me what's happening on the video over here in the program monitor. So there's these little, like, how do you navigate? How do you see things better? There's these little circles here on the right that you can pull down to get a better picture of the audio. This thing on the bottom is the audio, and the thing on the top is the video. So the audio is kind of important because I want to sort of press play, and then if I hear something that I want to cut it. So let me press play real quick and see what's going on. Hello, I want to talk about editing videos, and specifically I'm going to be talking about how to cut a video. I'm going to be using the software. Okay, so there's a part of the video that I wanted to cut that I purposely made a mistake. So watch this. There's a mistake here that I want to cut out, and I want to show you guys how to cut it out. I'm just going to do very basic thing, cutting something out of a video that you don't want in the video, right? So let's see. Where's my mistake? Let me see. Can you hear it? Let's see. Opened up. Pausing, so that I can cut this. I want to cut some stuff out. Now I'm going to press the space bar right now in order to play the video. The space bar, or I can click this play button right here. So watch, I'm gonna click the space bar and then it's gonna play. Watch. Like, uh-oh. This opened up. Pausing, so that I can cut this. I want to cut some stuff out. Okay, hold on. So how do I cut a video? Let me see. There's some navigation issues. So if I click the plus and minus button on my keyboard, I can zoom in to this thing, to the area over here where the audio is. So watch this. I'm going to hit the plus button and it's zooming in. You see how it's zooming in on the audio? That's very useful when you want to cut at a specific location. So watch this. So I'm going to press play. So like, uh-oh. This opened up. Pausing, so that I can cut this. By the way, you can see my face in the video. That's because I'm using OBS software. That's a side thing. If you want your face to be in the video, there's software that you can download for free, so that when you make the video, it will immerse yourself into the video. So that's what streamers use, right? Kristen Louis Martinez, she always talks about that OBS software. So let me see. You see where the audio sort of dips right here? That's when I stop talking. So watch. See, oh, so like, uh-oh. This opened up. Pausing, so that I can cut this. I want to cut some stuff out. All right, so watch this. Watch how I cut this. What letter do you think that you press in order to get cut? I'm about to press C. I just pressed C. Now, do you see a little, like a blade? Mm-hmm. When you press C, the cutting tool comes on. I really like the control keys. So C allows you to cut. If you don't want to do a control key, there's probably something you can click like this. You see this over here, back at that original. So if I go back to this main thing, this window right here, it does have some icons here. If you forget the letter C, this is how that's the razor tool. Anyways, back to this video where I can show you the cutting. Let me move myself over there. Let me move the timeline window right here. All right, so I'm about to cut. So I go over here. Let me go over here and okay, so where should I cut? I don't know, probably somewhere around here. So I'm gonna press on the mouse. I'm gonna click. That's it. That's how you cut a video. See you guys tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding. Now there's another shortcut key that I want to click right now. When I first started editing, I used the V button. So I'm gonna press V, and if I pull this thing, then yeah, it kind of, gets rid of it, right? And that's great. I can like move it over here. Great. I just kind of cut that part out that I didn't want. That was pretty easy. But then there's this gap right here. So I have to go here and I have to press delete. I have to delete this space. And I'm like, I was doing that for about a month. And I was like, and then I learned, oh, wow, there's the easier way to do it where it automatically gets rid of it. So I'll show you a better way. So I'll go back to where I was. Watch this, V and then B, V. Do you see the color changing on that little icon? One of them just pulls it and then leaves it. The other one cuts it out and then automatically like snaps them together. And that's the letter B as in boy. So that's a great, I was glad that I learned that, because I was like, that saved me like 20% of time or whatever, or 30, I don't know, 40% of my time. I just, by using that one letter, I became more efficient in editing. Yeah, so sometimes you want to cut like a lot of parts. You make maybe like 50 cuts in a 5-minute video because you're trying to make your video really compact and you want it to go fast. V will drag it, but B is better. So watch when I click B. What letter does what color does it become on B? It's yellow. On V, it's red. Okay, so I want it yellow. So now when I drag it over here like this, it is going to bring it together. That's it. So now I want to check what happened. I want to play it now, see if I like it or not. Let me press play. Things that you need. Let me close these and say, let's see. Oh, so like, uh-oh. So how do I get those windows back? I don't know how natural that was, but it did cut it out. Timeline. So I'm gonna press play again and see if I like it. Windows. This is the program monitor and the timeline monitor. These are the two things that you need. Let me close these and say, let's see. Oh, so like, uh-oh. So how do I get those windows back? If you like that, you like it. I actually wanted to cut it to make it look a little more natural. So here's a command key that works in all programs, Word, Excel, like this command key. Let me know if you guys know about this, because this is an awesome command key. Watch this, Control Z. How many of you guys know about Control Z? That's like the undo button.
Yep.
You know, the undo button. I wish we had an undo button in life. Can I just undo that? Well, Control Z is the undo button, right? I love it. Let's see if it works here. Yep, it works. So I'm gonna recut it, but this time, I don't know, maybe I'll cut it and I'll leave a little space. I'm not sure. I'll leave a little space to make it more natural. I don't know. Let me try this. See how I like how it looks. Two things that you need. Let me close these and say, let's see. Oh, so like, uh-oh. So how do I get those? Okay, so I left a little pause there. Okay, maybe I like the pause. I don't know. I'm gonna click timeline. But anyway. Voila, there it is. So there's the timeline video. This is an important window to drag. Okay, so I've talked about cutting. There's something that I've been doing that I wanted to say again, and that is zooming in and out. Can I move this out of the way? Watch this. I wanted to say this again. The plus sign and the minus sign are very helpful. So when I press plus, watch what happens. Oh, let me do minus. I'm zooming out. You see how fast I zoomed out? I'm pressing plus. I'm zooming in. See how much control you have as an editor? You can really zoom in close and you can do very fine-tuned cutting. That's why I like this program above when I used to make videos on the iPad, because I found that I didn't have much control in editing. This is professional. Deadpool or something like that. Someone told me, I think Deadpool was edited on Premiere Pro, and probably a lot of movies. I just don't know them. So that's how you cut and edit.
So Aaron, I have a question then. So you make your video and whatever you make it in, you drag and drop it here.
Yeah.
And then you can take stuff up. Because my biggest interest is every once in a while I'll screw something up or have 5 or 6 seconds of just wasted time, which I don't really have to edit it out. But once in a while it's like, I'd really like to, or I'll make a mistake that I don't want to be like, oh, I did that wrong. Let me fix it. Like I'll read something incorrectly. So do you usually, I think I like what you did second, where you kind of take out what you want and also move the video over, and that's the V and the B.
Right.
Is that what you do most of the time then when you want to take something out? Because I think my biggest interest is being able to yank something out of a video that's either dead time that I forgot to pause the video for, or just I said something dumb, like I read the problem incorrectly and it's like, oh wait, I just did the problem wrong because I didn't read it properly. So I'd like to be able to just yank those pieces out more than put something in. Right. But is that what you do most of the time? Just the V and the B and just...
Yeah, that's it. That's all I do. And I don't use V anymore. I just use the B.
Oh, so just the B does it? So the B takes it out and...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. First you press the letter C to get the razor. They call it the razor. So you cut at one spot and then you press B and then you drag it to wherever you...
Okay.
The end, you just drag it there and then it automatically snaps it together and that's it.
Okay, so then my next question is, what if I accidentally cut something out that I didn't want to cut? Is there an undo button?
Yeah, you can press Control Z. You can also, you can press Control Z. You can also press the letter let's press V real quick just to select, and I can just move
Because
this.
what if I realize after? So what if I don't realize it right away and I realize it later that I cut something I didn't want to cut? Does it save?
You can get old stuff by just like I said, you can wherever you made the cut, you can just move it over and then you can drag it open, and then there's the old stuff right there.
Okay.
I can move this over, and then I'm dragging this to the left, and I'm getting old stuff that I cut.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that is super simple.
Yeah. The only thing, I mean, that's the cutting, and like I said, zooming in and out is important because you want to know where to cut. So you need to be able to press plus and minus to kind of zoom in and zoom out, right? Plus and minus, that's it. Plus or minus is important. Sometimes you want to drag these things up and down so you can get a better picture. One last thing that I had on my agenda was to talk about how to put those texts in. I don't know if you want me to talk about that, but I can do that real quick.
Yeah, like the first video you showed, you had like a text caption that came up.
Yeah. Like in the beginning of your video, you can have a text come up. It's real easy to put in. I could show that real quick. So if let's say I want to go towards the beginning of the video. Well, first I'm gonna delete this little gap. I'm gonna press Shift Delete. Boom! I just brought that together. Don't worry about that. That's not what I'm trying to teach you right now. But if I want to go to the very beginning of the video, how would I get there? How would I navigate there? Well, maybe I'll hit the minus sign. Watch what happens. Look, minus, 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 minus. Hold minus, boom. Now it shrinks everything so that now I can grab everything and sort of, now I'll press plus, 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 and I'll move this, well, hold, minus, minus, minus. So I'm trying to make a gap in the beginning of the video. So I need to kind of grab everything and just sort of move it out of the way. Just sort of drag it to the right. So that now there's like this black space here in the beginning of the video. Okay, so I need to know how to do that, right? So now once I've done that, Premiere Pro has some text already for you that you just drag in. So watch, this is a good resource. This is another good thing about Premiere Pro is that we have graphics already sort of built in. So if I get rid of these things, move them out of the way, those two monitors, those two windows. Okay, so then I want to show you something over here on the right. So hold on. Okay, yeah. So there's this sort of thing right here in the middle that says effects. Okay, this is like the main window. When you open up Premiere Pro, this is the main window. And there are these things here. I've used some of these things, but one of the things that's really nice is Essential Graphics. And that's where those texts are. And they have these pre-made text things here. I don't know what they're called, but texts that do nice animations and stuff. This is my favorite one right here, your title here. But there's a lot of stuff here that we can use in our videos. I've used some of them. This one might look kind of cool. So if I click that thing and drag it over and then let go, it will throw it right in. So watch this. Boom, I just pulled it in. That's it. That's all I do. So it's kind of small. So if I move this, I think I dragged this way too much. So now this is kind of useful. If I want to move this all the way over to the left, I could maybe drag it manually, or I can press Shift Delete, but whatever. Let me kind of move it over a little bit. And then I'm going to now I want to zoom in over there. So how do I zoom in? Does anybody remember? Plus, exactly. So I'm going to hit plus, 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 plus. And now watch how easy it is to put stuff in for a text. Let me bring the program monitor over, which is the video that we see that we're editing. And now watch how I can just click here. I double clicked and let's say how to cut a video. That's it. And now this is going to look kind of cool. Watch what it does. So I'm going to delete that space by pressing Shift Delete. So let's try it. Shift Delete. It worked. Okay, so watch this. Here we go. Here we go. There's no music, so it's kind of a boring video, but let's watch it. Plus, I press space bar to play. It says how to cut a video, and then that's it.
Hello, I want to talk about editing.
That's it, basic.
And specifically, I'm going to be talking about.
So you can add that little text in the beginning. And I like how the text zooms, it sort of appears and then it disappears. You see that? Watch. Let me put this to full. Sometimes you want this on 1/4 power if your computer is not okay. Editing videos. I forgot to talk about computer power. Right? Computer power. If your computer is not powerful, then it's gonna go slow. So you wanna, when you're watching your video, you definitely want to have it to as small a fraction as possible, closest to 0, right? Because then it will use the least amount of power. It will be the lowest resolution. If I put this on full and I made a lot of edits, it might lag. It might stop and not work. It'd take a while to process. So if I press full, it looks the best, but it's gonna go real slow. It might not work. So you need kind of a powerful computer to do editing. Or you want to bring this as low as possible, closest to 0, right? So, okay, just wanted to mention that real quick. All right, I'm gonna press play and look at how nice it zooms in. I'll press play. Oh, but I have it on full, so you see how it's not really showing right because I have it on full. My computer's not powerful enough. So let me change it to 1/4, so that when you're kind of looking at your video, you do that. But once you process the video, then it's fine. It plays fine. It's just when you're in this program, you got to put it on 1/4 in order to see it play. So I'm glad I mentioned that. All right, let's see. So play. How to cut a video. It kind of came in and now it will sort of dissolve. That's it. So that's how you add like an intro thing. And maybe you can add an outro thing that says, thanks for watching. That's it. So cutting a video, add a little text in the beginning, add text in the end. And I wish I could share a whole bunch of other stuff, but